Hey, good evening, everybody. How we doing? Hope you can hear me okay. Uh, Doing something a little different this evening, so I'm just checking my settings. If anybody can see me, hear me, give me a shout. I hope I can see the comments here. I'm doing my software a little different than I have in the past, so things will look a little bit different on the stream tonight. So hopefully as we go, I can improve the look of things. And I just got a green screen going on right now. Hey, well, I guess you can't. Can you hear me okay? SK, how you doing, man? How's them hot summer crappie treating you? So anyway, I'm just checking a couple settings before we get going here, guys. So bear with me. Just getting going, and yeah, yo, short answers tonight. Hey, Stuart, how you doing? How you doing, buddy? Hey, I got a little tidbit for you later. I know I still got your soft baits in my car, or in my boat. So, all right, good deal, good deal. So, anyway, no, I've been giving this a little bit of a break on doing a live stream. So, thought I'd jump on tonight because I got a super busy month and a half coming up. So just thought I'd jump on, and I think I'm gonna try, instead of in the past, I would do a stream like every other week or every week, and I think I'm going to shoot for the moment for once a month. So we'll see how that works out, and maybe as winter approaches, I'll be doing it more frequently. But for the moment, we're going to try for once a month and see where it goes from there. So looks like we got 3 on: Stuart, SK, and I saw somebody else there for a minute, but they disappeared. So I just got to back this up on my phone, make sure everything's in order here. Bear with me. I have been doing a lot of long line in SK, a lot of dragging bait. Been doing that most of the summer. It's kind of getting some practice for trying to get we're going to be going down to Bull Shoals in Arkansas, Missouri, Southwest Missouri, Northwest Arkansas. I think I said that right. Late this month, and kind of practicing for doing some worm rigging, some pulling how do you say it, worm rigs or crawler harnesses for walleye. We're gonna give the walleye another look this fall. So let's see, let me make sure. You know what, screw it. If you guys can see me, you guys can see me. We'll proceed. I always like to check things on my phone just to make sure it's working, but I can always go back and look later on. So anyway, let's get rolling. Yeah, SK. Like I say, I've been doing a lot of long lining, really practicing, but then I'm kind of getting my trying to get a feel for pulling crawler harnesses and getting the depth right as far as how deep I'm running my baits and stuff like that. Pulling crankbaits too. But I learned a new trick recently, so been trying that out on the crappie, and it seems to be working out pretty good too. So anyway, let's get her rolling. Thanks for joining. If anybody hasn't noticed, it's been hot, and I've been fishing a lot, but I've been trying to get off the water by about noon, 1, 2 o'clock before it gets really hot. But it did cool off a little bit this weekend here, so hopefully that's a trending subject, and it stays that way. It's supposed to warm up again tomorrow, but I'm sure we're going to get a. Well, that's a great question, SK. SK asks, "Am I using counter reels?" I bought 4 counter reels, and then I found a pretty good deal on them from HH Rods. They had, because I was looking around, and man, those things were not cheap by any means. But I found HH Rods had line counters on their website for, they're like $50, and then you got a 15% discount after buying if you buy 4 or more rods or reels. So took advantage of that. I bought them. I went to set one up, and then I was like, I spooled it up and everything, and then I got to reading about what do they call it? Basically configuring, or I'm not, the term's not coming into my head, but basically matching up the line to the reel to the counter to make sure they are. Yeah, they are. So I set one up. I actually went up to, I took one with me on my last trip, and then I realized that when I spooled it, I kind of screwed it up, and it was all tangled up. But I didn't realize that you had to basically set those rods up where you had just the right amount of line on it and not too much, because the line counter isn't, basically, like, you got to sync up the revolutions on the spool to the counter, and it's still escaping me. I'm still trying to figure it out. So eventually, yeah, hopefully by the time we're going down to Arkansas, we are doing some. We got those all set up. Got the line counters, but if I haven't found the live scope useful for anything else, it is useful for setting my depth on those rigs. So basically, I just point the live scope at my rod tip, drop the line down till my weight's sitting about a certain depth, and then I start pulling. And seems to work out pretty good. Once you're moving, you got to kind of guesstimate it, but it's been working okay. So, but yeah, line counters will, once I figure out how to do them and how to make sure that the actual what's out is actually what the counter says, So, but we'll get there. We'll figure that out eventually. So, but yeah, so that's been an interesting. But anybody looking for, if anybody's in the market for something like that, like I said, I was shopping all around for those line counters, and I mean, even the really, really cheap ones on Amazon started at like $80, $80 a pop, and I was like, man, I don't know if I want to put that much money in it. And the nicer ones were, of course, more quite a bit more than that. So yeah, even though they were highly recommended, I kind of went the cheaper route just to, it's one of them things that if I decide I hate them, or hate that sort of fishing, I'm not too invested in it. So I don't have $600 in reels that I'm not going to get my money back on, so feeling a little foggy there, so I had to take a drink. Live scope, yeah. With doing the long lining this year, SK, this summer, I haven't really spent a lot of time dialing that in as far as like jigging with it, but it's proved useful for me for the long lining, as far as like basically scouting for schools of fish or pods of bait fish. I can use that, and I'm spotting. I'm out in 50 feet of water, over open water, 50 foot of water, and I'm seeing those clouds of bait fish on the live scope, and I'm chasing them clouds of bait fish, dragging my crankbaits or my spinner rigs through crawler harnesses through those, and picking up fish. So it actually has proved useful, and it does give me a feel for where the thermocline is when I'm pulling crankbaits and or spinner rigs, and where those fish are hanging in relation to that. Usually they're just above the thermocline under those balls of shad, So it has proved useful for that. I don't know that I've really got it dialed in on, hey, I'm going to go catch that fish right there on the screen. It gives me more of a general, hey, there's a pile of fish on this piece of structure. But as far as like targeting one specific fish, we're not there yet. So working on it, but yeah, I think it's a work in progress. Still got to practice and get my eyes right as far as what I'm seeing and what's either pitch into them. I know we were down at this spring. We were down at this lake, Cedar Lake, down in southern Illinois. There's a ton of brush piles on that, and you could mark those fish on those brush piles. But man, we got right on top of them in vertical jig. You weren't really doing a whole lot, and they were not even giving jigs a sniff. We used strictly minnows on those brush piles, and we were kind of pitching out to them and dropping on those piles and catching fish. So yeah, I still got to work on that thing though, and I'm gonna get some practice with it this fall. SK out at Wren Lake, we got a bunch of stuff coming up out there, so we're gonna get after that. But anyway, so where was I before I got lost on live scope and okay, so it started cooling off this weekend, giving the live streams a little break. Been really busy with camping and working. Did some camping with the family and just kind of hung out and fishing, of course. So we made a couple of repairing the roof of my camper. Ripped the camper off, redid the decking and the joists and all that fun stuff, and then got the roof back on. And so we decided to take it for a little test run, make sure it stayed dry. And boy, it got a workout. We went down to Onondaga State Park campground down in Missouri, and first night we got there, we just got poured on. I mean, we just started getting a fire going, and it started raining. And by the time we got inside, man, it started raining. I think it rained like 4 inches that night or something. The river came up real quick that next morning. So yeah, we got poured on that night, the first night, and then we Friday, we got there on Thursday afternoon. Friday was a decent day. Took the dog down in the river, and Saturday to Merrimack Kens down the road, and went to a movie. And what else did we do? We did all kinds of stuff that day, but just some family kind of still a bit. And then we went to got that evening, made some dinner, and it poured again that Saturday night. I mean, it came down buckets, man, and that thing was high and dry. So I'm happy with my roof repair, and you never know, I might start a RV roof repair business. Who knows? A little side hustle, but not like I'm real busy anyway, you know. So got a lot of spare time on my hands, you know. But yeah, so that worked out real well. And then we took a trip up to Carlisle Lake, and we actually did boat up there. And it's me and the better half, and the kid and the dog. And we did slip out on. We got up there. Well, I got up there Thursday, but then everybody else showed up Friday. We got out for a little bit on Saturday morning, and then guess what? It rained. We were out on the lake. And it was kind of overcast, like foggy, so you really couldn't see like across the lake. But once it cleared up, there's a big wall cloud coming at us from the west of the lake. I told the girls, I was like, that cloud says we got to get back to the ramp. You know, because you never know if those include wind or not. In this case, it didn't, but it poured. But we managed to get back to the ramp, high and dry. Got the kid and the dog and everybody out of the boat, and then I tied it off. Went to get the truck, and man, it just came down buckets. So we got, and then it poured all night that night too. So we're 2 for 2 on our camping trips as far as rain's concerned. So, but again, camper stayed nice and dry. So that roofer guy is pretty good, you know. So, but anyway, so yeah, been doing a little family stuff. Like I say, just staying super busy. As far as fishing goes, when I have been going, and it's been, you know, I skip a week here and there, but when I do go, I've been doing a lot of longline trolling crankbaits mostly, and we've been hitting it pretty good at Coffeen Lake, catching some nice crappie up there, doing that. And then I got interested in. There's a fella who's on Facebook, and if you haven't seen him, you ought to go check him out. I don't think he has a YouTube, but his name's Matthew Daniel England with England Expeditions. It's his guide service, and it's at Shelbyville Lake, up north here a little bit, a little north of where we're at. And he does a trolling thing, but he does it a little differently. He uses like these crawler harnesses with like the spinners on them. So basically, it's like a walleye rig. It's, you know, you hook up a night crawler or a leech or something, and you drag it. It's got that spinner, and it kind of attracts the fish. Well, he uses that for crappie, and he takes that. Basically, what he does is he takes that spinner rig, cuts the back hook off of it, where it's only got one hook, and hooks a minnow through there, and drags that minnow. And I was like, you know, I was really intrigued by that, and I just so happened to have started buying a bunch of crawler harnesses for my walleye fishing, right? So I bought some, and actually there was a lake down here in Illinois called Randolph County Lake. I was trying to catch the saugeye there, and I'm 0 for 2 there. I have not caught a saugeye yet. Caught a few crappie, but not really any size. But like I say, I got intrigued by that when he was pulling those spinner rigs for crappie. So I was like, okay, I can do that. I can try that. And so basically, I was rigged up an inline weight with tied on a line weight above it, and then a harness, which usually is 3 foot of lead on those, and pull those again, similar, just similar to what I'm with the crankbaits, but so targeting about 10 to 12 to 15 feet is where those fish kind of hang up below those balls of shad, and so I kind of set those to where I'm estimating those are running in that zone, when I was at Coffeen Lake, and went up there twice, and they loved it. The fish loved that. So what I find kind of advantageous about that is that when you're doing that crawler harness thing, you're usually running a little bit lower speed. So those you run anywhere from about 0.6 to 1.1, 1.2 miles an hour, and those speeds are easier on the trolling motor. They don't burn up the trolling motor quite so badly, and then you also don't have nearly as much line out behind the boat as you do with crankbait. If anybody's ever done that, you've got a ton of line out to try to get to a certain depth, and it can be, it's easy to get, like in my case, I've got to the boat and I'm making a turn, and they got three lines wrapped around them when I'm making a turn, there's a little bit more going on with the crankbaits than what you have with the spinner rigs. So I like it. I can say I really enjoyed it, and the fish seemed to like it too. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna try that. So I've done it a couple times up there. I've done well. At Shelbyville Lake, where the guy fishes that I borrowed that idea from, and that was my first time on that lake in 20 plus years. And last time I was there, we were catfishing, so I really didn't go. I was kind of targeting deeper water, and I caught some dinks. I caught one that was marginal keeper. They have a 5, like 10 fish over 10 and 5 under 10 that you can keep. So the one I caught was kind of right on the border of that. I don't know if it was a short or not, but the rest of them were like that, little dinks. So right, so skinny together. But I actually did manage to get up there on not a weekend, so that was kind of my goal, was to get up there when there wasn't 1,000 sea-doos or cigarette boats or pontoons or houseboats. And there was a fair amount of pontoon boats out there, but for the most part it was relatively calm. I had to boat jump in there for a little bit, but I only spent about a half a day there, and I kind of got bored with it, so I moved on. I was gonna maybe do some like fish over some standing timber and stuff, but I had lost my mojo at that point, and I was like 2 hours from home, so I just went ahead and packed up and headed home. So we'll get there another time. And I've heard that the size of the fish at Shelbyville isn't all that great, although I know people who caught really good ones there. So, but so it was something on my bucket list that I wanted to try. So but we'll do it again. And let's see. I tried a little sawguy fishing. That was a bust. We did go spider rigging to Randolph County to try to catch some try to catch some saugeye. That was going poorly, so I stopped at another lake on the way home and spider rigged and caught a dozen. So that was kind of how that worked out. But so anyway, I'm just checking my notes here, make sure I'm staying on topic. So I got a really busy next 6 weeks coming up. So let's see, this weekend's almost a bust now, but we're just kind of hanging around the house. I did go Friday, but we're hanging around the house, finishing up some landscape projects and fun stuff like that. I cleaned the garage and finally put up a pole holder for my spider rigging rods, so I wasn't tripping over them, and just some general maintenance stuff. And I got some work I got to do on my boat, some upgrades and some kind of moving stuff around, tighten stuff up a little bit, maybe even wash some of the minnow guts out of it. You never know. But it's been sitting out in the weather the last couple of days, so hopefully that helped. But so yeah, we're just. But I got a busy time coming up. We got a concert we're going to on the 10th. We're going. That's a family deal here in town. An AC/DC show. Yep, Summer Crappie. On the 10th we're going to. We went to that one before. It was a lot of fun. Then going to stop in at Wren Lake. They got the championship. Excuse me. They got the Crappie Masters Illinois State Championship next weekend at Wren Lake, 2-day tournament. So I have another motive to be up there, not for the tournament, but I might have to stop in and see how it goes, see the weigh-in and stuff. But I got to take my boat up and leave it up there so that I can pull my camper up next time I go. And 3-pound does fish Wren Lake. I'd say not on a regular basis, but for tournaments, he does for sure. I've been to a couple where he's participated. That Crappie Masters Illinois tournament trail has usually has at least two. Well, usually at least one event there, and so he fishes that, and then he does some videos and stuff up there too on occasion. Yeah, 3-pound. Yeah, 3-pound Matt. We call him Matt Mavigliano. Nobody can ever say his name right, but I think it's Mavigliano, something like that. So, yeah, so he fishes out there, and that's not his usual haunt. He does get out there for tournaments and stuff like that. So I'm going to be out there next. I'm probably going to stop in Sunday just to maybe I might fish for a little while, but drop my boat off because the following weekend where the AmVets Outdoors is having their annual fall event at Wren Lake, and I'm participating, kind of helping out, volunteering, if you will. So did it last year; it was a blast. So I'm taking the camper up on Wednesday, and I'm already going to have my boat up there. So I'm going to scout Thursday and Friday and hopefully find some fish, because last year I sucked at that whole thing. But I've gotten a little more knowledge on Wren now, so I might be in a better place. So, yeah, so that's going to be a fun weekend though. And so I'm taking a camper up there Wednesday. I'm hanging Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. Mo Fisher is coming to join on Friday, and he's gonna bring his boat. And really, dude. All right, here we go. So and guys too, if you're on and you haven't checked him out, make sure you go check out SK's Crappie Catching Adventures. And he just made an announcement. I think I remember you saying something about it, but you're going to be guiding full time in a couple of weeks. I may have to come text, dude. If you don't mind if I film, I'm just gonna have to come down and do it. So, hey Victor, how you doing? Thanks for joining. I'm just gabbing about pulling crankbaits and not catching any fish at Randolph County and stuff like that. So, Victor's the guy that turned me on to Randolph County, and I still can't catch any fish there. So he's going to have to show me the secrets, I think. But yeah, SK, that'd be awesome. I make sure you get your. Do you have a? You're going to have a Facebook page, or what's your? You're going to be advertising some of the groups. How's that going to work? Just I need more info, but let me know. I'll share anything you're putting out there, man. Get the good word out, because that guy will get you on some fish. You don't even need live scope. He's got X-ray vision. So so anyway, Victor says okay. He's going to show me the secrets at Randolph County Lake. It's not a very big lake, so he can't be hiding. Can't be hiding too far away. So anyway, but yeah, we're doing that AMVETS event. Vic, let me ask that question. I don't know what happened. Cancel. I don't know what happened. Hang on, guys. I don't know what's going on here. Cancel. Oh, I turned my camera off. Okay. Working in a new... okay. Yeah, Instagram. I always see you on Instagram. Okay. So, no, I'm working in a different setup for my live stream tonight. Notice I don't have a background. I just got a green background. So still working on that, but it hopefully I can make it look a little better. Hey, Gary Campman, how you doing, buddy? How's your back feeling, man? You ready to go fishing yet? But yeah, so we're that AMVETS event is always really cool. It's you get to take you go up there on Friday. They have a big fish fry, kind of a meet and greet. Got a group of volunteers. Each guy volunteers their boat to take out a veteran fishing for the weekend. So we fish all day on Saturday, and they do giveaways for the veterans. Give them a lot of nice gear and just a bunch of really good stuff. And then fish for a while on Sunday. They provide all the food. It's a really good time. It is a great time, and wouldn't miss it for the world. So anybody gets in my way, they're going to get run down. But let's see. So yeah, so we got that going on the weekend. That's the weekend of the 17th and 18th, I think. Let me look here. Checking my calendar. Yeah, 17th is the meet and greet day. 18th and 19th fishing, and always a good time. Always, guaranteed a good time. So, all right, and you're ready, but not your back. Catch some fish for you. Okay, if you insist, Gary, I'll try. So, but yeah, they always put on a great event. Jason, Jet, and the AMVETS group, they really do a bang up job, and they it's something I'm proud to be a part of. So we will have a good time. Hopefully the wind cooperates this year. It was terrible last year, but we shall see. Let's see. Then the following weekend is a work weekend, unfortunately. I've got, but it's a good time too. My buddy Timmy Campbell, he's got a show coming up at the Wildy Theater here in Edwardsville. It's called the Chattahoochee Show, and he does an Alan Jackson tribute show, and it's a good group of fellas, good tight band. It's a good time. So I went and saw him back in June down south, and it was a really good time. So I think tickets are still available for that. If you guys are local, want to check it out, make sure you give the Wildy box office a call. So they'll set you up. But we're going to that, and then the following night, I have a kind of a part-time job at a theater in Belleville, Illinois, and they are doing a Johnny Cash show. They're doing a Johnny Cash show at the it's called the Lincoln Theater in Belleville, Illinois. It's called the Folsom Prison. I can't say it. Folsom Prison Experience, and it's a neat show. I worked at it a couple years ago before COVID hit and everything, and it's a lot of fun. It's Johnny Cash. Basically, it's a recreation of a show that Johnny Cash did at the Folsom Prison back in I think it was 1967, if I remember right, 1967, somewhere in that time frame. And it included the Statler brothers and who was the other fellow? Carl Perkins, and trying to think of Statler brothers, Carl Perkins, the Carter sisters, and it's kind of a big ensemble cast thing. It's really cool. It is really cool. So working at that. Because I got to make extra money to support my fishing habit. And then Victor. So Victor says, are you seeing the fish on live scope or side imaging? You're talking about, I'm assuming you're talking about, I do. Yep. See, that's the thing, though. SK is one of them guys. He's like, he can see a little twig in the water with fish sitting on it without live scope. That's the kind of guy he is. See, so like I say, you guys got to go make sure you check out his channel and maybe hook up with him once he starts his guide business. That'd be cool. Yeah, Victor, if you're talking about Randolph County, yeah, I'm seeing a ton of fish on the live scope. I just can't get a bite. I caught some crappie pulling cranks there, but they're not very good size. They're caught a bunch of 9-inchers one day, but a lot of them are a lot smaller than that. So, but no, nothing in terms of the of the sauger that you insist are in that lake. So, but and then the following weekend, I'm headed to Bull Shoals, and I'm gonna give walleye fishing another go down there. Been talking to my buddy, and he's got a spot for me to pull my camper into down there, and we're gonna pull the camper and the boat down there, and got a bigger boat this year, so I'm not gonna be as afraid to get out on the main lake as I was last time I was down there in my little podunk boat. So we're gonna try to get out on some of them big rocky points, long rocky points, and we've got a couple of different ways we're gonna look at it. Either drop shot with crawlers, drop shot with artificial baits, crawler harnesses, pulling crawler harnesses, and or pulling crankbaits, And then I've also got some gear for doing some jigging, like jerk baits, and try out some jerk bait action. We'll see what works, or maybe none of them will work. You never know. So we'll we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But we're leaving on a Wednesday afternoon, driving down there. Gonna fish Thursday, Friday, Saturday, maybe part of Sunday, just depending on. It really depends on whether or not we're doing any good. If we're doing any good, we might actually get out Sunday for a little bit, and I may just leave my camper parked down there till the following week or something and go fetch it. But org shirt? Do you mean a PFG shirt, Gary? I don't know what an org shirt. Gary says I need an ORG shirt, which I'm gonna guess is a PFG shirt, but correct me if I'm wrong on that. But yeah, I can get you one ordered. What size do you need? Is the question, and most of them are. Let's see, they come in either a gray or a white. Okay. Gray or white, and what size? Let me know and I'll get you one ordered, man. But yeah, it might take me a few weeks to get it because the young lady has to order the shirts in, and then she prints them, and then she lives over in Wentzville, so I got to hook with her boyfriend who drives back and forth to Litchfield, and it might take a couple weeks to get my. But just let me know what you need, man, and we'll get you hooked up. But all right, so beyond all that, then, so we do the walleye thing, and then the following weekend. So, like I say, the end of this week, and not to mention, I'm doing a fish fry. It's kind of at a private event. I found a worthy event to use, basically to clean out my freezer with. So we're gonna be frying up all the fish I got in the freezer, and I haven't been eating much this summer because I've been so busy. But we're gonna break them out and thaw them out and get them. Make some room in the freezer for next year, right? Or actually this fall. So, all right. So anyway, so the following weekend, after we do the walleye trip, the AmVets Outdoors is holding a benefit tournament at Rend Lake, and on I think the date's October 9th, if I recall. So I'm gonna to plunge and actually fish in a tournament, and that's probably gonna work really poorly, but it's just one of them things where it benefits a scholarship fund for AmVets. So if it's a worthy cause. Even if I embarrass the hell out of myself, it's worthy of me going and at least donating. That's what happens most times I participate in any kind of tournament, whether it's a card tournament or a pool tournament or you name it. I'm usually donating, so I'm just there to, bump up the pot, if you will. So, but yeah, so that ought to be interesting, and at least get that experience. I don't think it's going to be a gateway drug to me starting the tournament fish, because really I like to fish to put meat in the cooler, and tournaments, you really can't do that, right? So if you can't go, really not supposed to go pre-fish and, you know, catch a bunch of fish and keep them too, or sore mouth them, you know. So it's kind of one of them things where, like I say, it's just I think it's worth doing it for that reason. Even if you're really not competing, you know, I'm just throwing my money on the floor, but I get to go have a little fun and, you know, see what I can do. And Mo Fisher is going to join me for that one, and I guess I'm going to have my camper back for that, because I know they do their live well check at like 5 o'clock in the morning. So we're probably going to have to stay out there, and I think they're doing some activities the night before too. So we're probably going to have to stay out there that Friday night so we can be there on time, because otherwise it's like an hour and a half drive from here. Oh yeah, I might win. I'm sure, Gary. Yeah. So, but you know, I'll be getting practice here in the next couple of weeks, so we'll see. might get lucky, you know. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on in my world. It's a busy month, and I may not likely get to do another live until next month. So I just thought I'd get on and kind of let everybody know I'm still kicking, still fishing. I'm just been super busy, and then, you know, the wife had her dad passed earlier last week, and it wasn't unexpected, but it's still, you know, still kind of keeps things busy too, you know. So he hadn't been doing well for quite a while, but yeah, we'll, like I say, got to keep on trucking, keep busy, and what else? Oh, one other topic, and then we'll wrap this up. I've been on video production. Again, me being a busy guy, I've thrown a couple things out there recently, but it's kind of here and there. I'm skipping around a little bit because, yeah, I've had some comments that, hey, you know, it's 105 degrees out here, and you're posting videos where you're wearing insulated coveralls. And yeah, that's on the agenda for tomorrow, Gary. If you want to come over and help, I got an extra shovel. So you and your bad back. But yeah, so videos, like say, I'm gonna kind of skip around a little bit and try to get some more. Ideally, I want to post like 2 a week till I kind of get caught up. So I'll be working on stuff that's a little more current, and then I'll be maybe doing an older one through the week. But again, that's all based on whether or not I can actually get time to do all that. Hopefully we're wrapping up our little landscaping thing tomorrow. We got some cleanup stuff to do in the backyard, and then we'll be in pretty good shape. Although I got to break out the power washer at some point too, and do some tidying. So lots of stuff to do. Keep you busy. Excuse me, keep you busy. But what else we got? So yeah, there's more video coming. But it's going to be scattered. It's yeah, I tried to get back to a Sunday schedule, and I hit the mark for a couple of weeks, and then I fell off the wagon. And yeah, I got another one started, Gary. Hopefully it's out, you know, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday this week. I'm going to work on it a little bit tonight after I'm done here, but we shall see. It's all, you know, it's all only when I'm available, and haven't had a whole lot of available time to play with video lately. So, and when I do have that available time, I'm usually fishing, so making more video. It's kind of an endless cycle, but so yeah, we'll get some more stuff going here soon. But I'm gonna call it a wrap. Hey, SK, have a good evening, man. I'll be looking for your stuff and making sure I share it around and get the word out. Help you get the word out, buddy. Good luck on that. Take it easy. So yeah, I got to go down and see him now. I've been watching him for a couple years, and he's like the fish whisperer. Actually, what I ought to do is see if he can get me on some of them big shell cracker down there. He's got some good shell cracker holes down there too. So that ought to be fun. But yeah, I have to put that on my agenda for next year. Or I don't really have much availability over the winter. I'm kind of burned up on my vacation this year, so don't have much left to play with. But yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna call it a wrap then. Hey, Stuart, if you're still on, are you still with me, Stuart? See if I can do this again without screwing it up. Hey, okay. Stuart, so next week, well, I'm going to be up at Rand because me and Stuart went fishing together a while back, and he managed to leave some of his plastics in my boat, so I've still got them hiding in the boat. But I'm going to be up at Rand probably next Sunday. And I don't know if I'll have anybody with me or not, but you're welcome to come join. I don't know if it's going to be a full day of fishing or not. It might be just have like part of a day. But then I'm going to be out there at Rend on, let me check the date again, the 16th and 17th. So next next Thursday and Friday. I'm probably going to be fishing solo unless I can con Gary into coming up there, which he doesn't sound like he's too inclined because he's got a bad back. But if we can't get together next Sunday, maybe that Thursday or Friday, the 16th or 17th, we can get together and fish, and I can get you your gear back too. So we'll talk about that later on. So just FYI. So I think you've got my number or my messenger too. So shoot me a message. We'll get together on it. But anyway, I don't have my logos up here. I usually have like all my friends posted across the top here, but being I'm doing this a little different on the software, I haven't been able to figure that out yet. So, but maybe let me try this. Let me play around here for a minute. It's probably going to end poorly, but let's see. New, add a source. Let's see. No. Okay. Let me see. Pictures. Bear with me. I'm not in here. Oh, that's why. All files. No. Okay. Hang on with me, guys. Here we go. All right. Let's see if we can do this. We'll do it this way. I don't know if I can pull this off, but we're going to try it. Okay. Well, never mind. Okay. So anyway, check out our friends. Make sure you check out our friends at my724outdoors.com. Ray and a gang over there. They're it's a video sharing service. They enjoy sharing your outdoor adventures. So you're always welcome to go post over there. If you got video content or pictures or what have you, they really enjoy you posting. So make sure you go check them out, and they kind of help spread my videos around and stuff like that. So, and then we got brush pile jigs. I'm doing this off the top of my head, so I'm totally disorganized on it. Lee Sharp and the gang, Pete Brush Pile up at Jennifer Sharp up at Sharp Outdoors LLC in Decatur, Illinois. They got a great product. My go-to plastics when I'm using plastics, but I'm not always using plastics. But when I do, you're gonna see me using them a lot this fall at Wren Lake for sure. So make sure you go check them out. They got a lot of cool, good other good products too. Beyond that, they carry the Bub's Daddy line of bait tanks and stuff like that. So really good stuff. Definitely worth your time taking a look. And those baits are really durable. They hold up a lot better than your average plastics that you buy at the bait shops these days. So make sure you give them a look. And then Buckbrush Fishing Guides at Wren Lake, Jason Dudley, Blake Ray, and Crazy Coop and the gang. Always will show you a good time, get you on fish if you ever get out that way. They fish other lakes as well, but Wren Lake is kind of their go-to. So if you're ever interested in getting some knowledge out there, they will definitely get you some knowledge and show you around. And last but not least, we got Getting Jiggy Jigs, Blake Ray. The aforementioned Blake Ray. He makes a top of the line, high quality hand tied jig. They are you really can't destroy them. You can't knock the paint off of them. They're just they're high end jigs, and definitely worth a look. They catch a lot of fish. We'll be using those at Wren Lake as well this fall. So can't go wrong with them, and he makes a really good product. So anyway, that's going to be a wrap for me. I'm getting the batarang signal that the dog needs to go for a walk, so I gotta hit the road. But thanks for joining us, guys, and we will talk to you hopefully, I don't know, sometime in about a month. We're shooting for about a month. I think probably my first best opportunity is going to be, let me look at the calendar here, probably October 10th. So just a little over a month. I'm going to be out of town on a bunch of the other Sundays or on my way home from other locations. So anyway, so we'll talk to you then. Be safe. Everybody be careful out there. And have a good evening. Take care.